So if you just want to introduce yourself, tell us what you've been up to, since your last contest, what you do, just yeah, tell us who you are.
Yeah. Okay. So, hi, everybody. My name is Elena Rosales, and I'm currently in my last year of school. So, I just finished my fall semester, so only one more to go. And see, oh, I am a musical theater performer. I should probably start there. I'm a musical theater performer. Been doing it since I was very, very little, and it's been the thing that I love the most, the thing that I find the most joy doing, singing, dancing, acting, the whole shebang. But more recently, I've always wanted to do TV and film as well. So I wanted to like do Broadway and like do the national tours, and then also be on like a hit TV show or like in someone's favorite movie and those kind of things. So I didn't know like which I was gonna do first because I was like, whatever pays me, like whatever job I get first. But I guess more recently I've been really drawn to the camera, and that is what I think I'm gonna do if I don't get like an immediate job after school performing. So I'm gonna hopefully move out to LA and start pursuing things there, but definitely want to be in both cities doing all the things however often I can. Um, but I recently had an audition this week, this Monday, for a theme park that was like in the local area, and I got a call back. So I sent in more materials and things. So I'm not exactly sure what will go on there, and I'm not sure if that's what I'll do during the summer, but I'm thinking that would be an option, or summer stock or things like that. And summer stock is just summer theater and like putting on shows and getting paid to do it. So one of those things, or maybe just immediately moving out. So it's all kind
Yeah,
of up in the air, but I'm really excited. And I think that there's a lot um, to come. So yeah.
yeah, that's awesome. Yeah, for anybody who's watching or will watch, you've seen Elena in the Discord. If you're in the Discord, we've gotten to see some of your auditions and your headshots. It's been really cool keeping up with you pretty regularly since your last contest. What dates were your contest? Were you contest two?
I was contest three, so it ended in October, like October
Okay.
24th.
Okay. That's awesome.
Yeah.
Do you have like a one actress or performer who you're like, oh, I want to be the next blank?
Yes. Okay. So for musical theater, there's not really one that I'm like, I'm exactly that. Like I have parts where I'm like, I would totally want to be that. Like one of my dream roles is Rizzo in Grease. I
Wow.
love her. I love the songs. I love the attitude. I love the sarcasm. I love it all. Um, and then another dream role is Eva in Bring It On, and she's malicious and she like does things that she should not be doing. So those are two like dream roles, and those are the kind of characters that I play.
Yeah.
But for TV and film and like music industry and all of that stuff,
Mhm.
I totally want to be Selena Gomez. Just
Oh,
like
yeah.
personality wise, I'm very much Alex Russo from Wizards of Waverly Place. And I love her. I love everything that she's done. And I love that even though like she is not the best singer, like it is she's able to tell the story. Like there are many more artists that I'm like, oh, you're a better singer, but Selena is captivating, and she tells these stories and she makes people want to listen, and she's just a great person. So I
Yeah.
would love to be like her. She's definitely one of them. And then also Sophia Bush. I don't know if you know who that is, but she was Brooke on One Tree Hill, Brooke Davis, and I love that
Yeah.
show and I love her. And I want to be just like her. I think she's so cool. And she does like Law and Order SVU, and she was on like Chicago PD and like like lawyer and criminal and medical shows. I think that I would be really good on. So I love her and would love to follow her career too. So some powerful brunettes, I guess.
Yeah. Oh,
Yeah.
that's such a good answer. That's awesome. Well, and one day there'll be little children saying, "I want to be the next Elena Rosales." So it won't even like
Oh goodness.
it won't
Yeah. So cute. When I was little, I looked like Selena. I'm not saying like a
Mhm.
whole ton, but like I looked like her, and so it was so cute to like I saw one of her videos like actually this week of her where she's like really baby and she's
Oh,
like on this phone and she's like calling her mom or something, and I was like that is so cute. That looks just like me. So
I
it's
honestly,
cool to
yeah,
see
can kind of
representation.
yeah, that is so awesome. That's really exciting. Well, I'm probably gonna ask you some of the same questions that I asked, or probably the exact same questions that I asked, to the other group, just so it's, like, pretty cohesive. So, we talked about in the last live about, kinda what you've been up to. I know you kinda answered that question, but, like, what you've been up to since your last contest,
Yeah.
or what's coming next, if you have any other plans. Again, you kinda touched on that too, but if you have anything else, like, coming next, even just, like it doesn't have to be, like, career-wise, it can be just ways that we can support you even beyond this contest that they can be looking out for, anything like that.
Yeah. So since the contest,
Mhm.
I was in a show at school. It was a holiday show. It was only like a month-long process. But I was a swing, which meant that I had to cover every single female track. So I had to know um, all of the dances, all of the songs, even if there was only like one, like, so there were characters and then there were singer dancers, and singer dancers were in every single like number. So
Mhm.
even if there was only one singer dancer in a number, like female singer dancer, I would have to know that entire part. So I knew every song in the show, every solo, every dance step, every line, everything, which was by far the most challenging thing that I have ever done. I
Yeah.
have been incredibly fortunate in the fact that I have always been like a supporting character or a lead or a feature, and I only had to know my track. And if I went out, somebody was there to cover me, and that was a blessing. But like, I have never had to do that for one person, much less for 10. I was like,
Oh
this
my
is
gosh.
crazy.
Yeah.
So that was probably the most like stressed I had been in a really long time. That in the middle of like getting ready for finals was just crazy, but it was a blast and it was so much fun. So we closed that show, and then we had auditions for that theme park that I told you about.
Mhm.
And they came and we went and did our cuts and sang some more for them and had a dance call and all that really great stuff. And that was the Monday after that show closed. So we closed on that Sunday and we had an audition that Monday. And I was like, okay, great. So then we did that. And then on Wednesday of that week, I auditioned for our upcoming season at the school. So I had auditions for Adam's Family and for Anne of Green Gables.
Uh-huh.
And I got two callbacks for Anne and a callback for Morticia in the Adams Family. So I did that on Saturday. So I had like 2 nights off that week preparing for stuff. And then, yeah, so I had that on Saturday. Finals all this week. And so it's been like hit, hit, hit.
Go, go,
But
go.
I do have something that I'm actually really excited about for the break. I am a part of, what is it called? So it's called A1s. It's the All In Conference, which is basically where a bunch of theater companies come and you go and you audition for them, and they can cast you in their summer season or for their year long or all that kind of stuff, professional companies and stuff. So I had to go through the pre-screen process and send in videos and do all that kind of stuff just to get an in-person audition slot. So I
Mhm.
have that where I'm going in like a month, and I'll sing songs for them again, do dance calls, interviews, callbacks, all that stuff in hopes of getting a job. So it's
Oh.
definitely like insane, like the lengths that you have to go to. And that
Mhm.
conference, of course, you have to pay for and travel there and hotels for the night and all that stuff. So it's definitely like a pay to play, like really trying, like, I'm putting this money here in hopes of there being this great payout. So fingers crossed that everything goes well. But
Yeah.
I'm excited, and it'll be super fun.
Yeah, that's kind of the part that us non-performers don't even really know about. Like, we just see the final casting, but we don't know about the
Yeah.
constant auditions and the I'm sure that's been crazy. Man.
It's insane. Like they I think it's just everybody's normal here that when I was even telling my roommate about some of the stuff that she's a pharmacy major, and I was even telling her like about some of the stuff that we have to do, and it was
Mhm.
just insane how different like our schedules were. Like she was studying for like finals that were like science and math and all of these like things where she really had to like know all this factual information about like saving someone's life.
Mhm.
And I'm going to an Addams Family audition where I'm like singing Death is Just Around the Corner. Like it's just very different, very, very different. Both important, both super cool. But I was like, I
But different.
there's a disconnect. I was like, there
Yeah.
is.
Yeah, but man, also talking about knowing 10 different song and dance, like that's like being cast for 10 different roles and having to all know them perfectly and be ready anytime. Did you actually end up performing any of them?
So I did. It was one of our girls got she got like the flu
Oh,
from her roommate who was also in the show, but her roommate was Mrs. Claus understudy. So Mrs. Claus got COVID. The Mrs. Claus understudy had the flu, but she had had the flu like long enough to where she could like she would have been on antibiotics long enough to like actually perform.
yeah.
So then, but she got her roommate sick, and her roommate was in the show too. So I was covering the roommate's parts, and she was covering Mrs. Claus. It was absolutely insane.
And
But our director was like, "We're not canceling. We can't cancel. Obviously, show must go on."
yeah.
But yes, it was insane, and it was crazy because in Tech Week, the swings like I guess during all the normal rehearsals, the swings, we would be on the side, we'd be learning the stuff. I had not even one put in rehearsal. So in rehearsals, I
Mhm.
didn't even get to do it as one of the people once, but I was off on the
Yeah,
side. So I was doing that. But once you get to Tech Week, you are on the actual stage. I can't be out there. Like I cannot be like standing off to the side doing the stuff. So that week was where I was like, okay, you have to actually make sure that you still know this stuff. Like you can't
mhm.
just be sitting out or pretending that you know it. Like you got to make sure it's still fresh. And I didn't realize that that was a challenge either. I was like, I know these dances, I know these songs, I'm good. But if I don't do them for a week and a half,
Right, they're gonna disappear.
so it was just like it was crazy, and I would totally do it again. I would totally be a swing again. I think it's so
Mhm.
rewarding, and they do so much, obviously for
Yeah,
everybody.
it proves
But
that they need
I was
them.
like I'm stressed, and I don't get like that with shows. Like I learn my lines so quickly, and I get the dances so fast, and I the entire time I was like, like I hope I don't have to go out, but I really would love to go out. So
Right,
it's just kind of
right, like,
like
I don't
this.
want you to get sick, but if you are sick, I'll go.
Mhm. It was just crazy. I was like the whole time.
Wow. Man, I bet you are ready for that break. That your well-deserved Christmas break is now here, so
I'm so
wow,
excited. Yeah.
man. Okay, so what is your plan for you've touched on it a little bit again. What's your plan for if you do win? How are you gonna spend the money? It can be personal, it can be for your, career, it can be both, whatever you have.
Yeah. So definitely talking about like the hidden fees and like the things that like non-performers don't exactly know.
Yeah.
Obviously the cost of that audition that I have to go to is a big one, but also even to just like find auditions, you have to be on a bunch of different like subscriptions and like all
Mhm.
these different things to like Backstage, Casting Network, Actors Access, like all of the things to like even see that there is an audition. So those are like a couple hundred each and definitely out of pocket. So being able to afford stuff like that. I do have a really great self-tape setup. And so probably adding to that and making sure that it's pristine and it's great and all of those kind of things. Those are definitely at the top of my list, but definitely just being able to not have money be the reason that I'm not able to go to an audition or able to
Right.
pursue this.
Mhm.
Moving to a new place, being able to afford rent, doing all of that kind of stuff. Those are definitely like things that I have been saving for a while, but would really be helpful if
Right.
the Apollo community could help me out. So get those votes in.
Yes,
But
ma'am.
yeah, those
Okay.
are definitely yeah.
Yeah, just opening doors. That's awesome. She's right. Y'all if anyone hasn't voted yet, um, it's never been easier to vote. You can, if you're a holder, you can vote normally. If you're not a holder, you can use your email. It takes like 3 seconds to vote, and it's just so easy. So yeah, if you haven't voted yet, now's the time. Go vote. But um, that is great. I think that might have been all that we covered. Do you have anything else that maybe I didn't touch on that you were hoping to say, or just any like final anything?
Oh, that's a good question.
If not, no pressure. But
Yeah, I'm trying to think about if there's anything that maybe the community doesn't know about the performing industry. Let me see. Oh, I think that I just wanted to share a little bit about like why this is so special to me and things like that, and maybe if it interests like younger people as well. I think the coolest thing about musical theater is being able to become a different person
mm,
for an hour, 2 hours, whatever, because life can be really difficult and life can throw a lot at you. And sometimes I don't want to be Elena. Sometimes I
mm,
just don't want to deal with the stuff that I have to deal with. And being a character is their problems. And yes, it's still not always like upbeat and happy, but like being able to be somebody else and tell their story and not have it be you completely, but still having a version of you be like fully present in the moment is something that I think is so cool and such a great way to express yourself and a form of therapy in a way. And
yeah.
I think that um I don't know. I just think that is so cool. And for younger kids that are interested or adults that think their kids might be into this,
Mhm.
definitely try it out and get into those classes. It's a great way to see like how your kids express themselves and how they decide to interpret other people's lives and put themselves into it. So I just wanted to share that because I think it's
Yeah.
often looked at as something that is like silly and goofy and like not always everybody's favorite thing to go see. I mean, it is a little bit weird that like people break into song every 5 seconds. Like I get that. I can see how it's so weird.
That's
But
awesome.
also just like the love that all these characters have, and the stories that get to be told through
Mhm.
like music and through dance, I think is super cool. So,
Yeah.
anyways,
That's awesome. No, thank you. I think a lot of people don't. I'm a big musical theater fan personally, but I mean, I'm sure the Venn diagram of like Apollo holders and musical theater fans is like
yes.
pretty far. But that's awesome. I think we all stand to like learn from any creator, and even and especially theater. So that is great. Well, thank you so much.
Thank you so much for having me.
I'm gonna stop.
Yeah,
Hey,
where are you now?
your name looks a little familiar. Like I went to Yuri before,
Yeah, yeah,
before then,
same.
so
So,
yeah,
and
it's
we're the
probably
same
just
age.
yeah, I know.
And where are you now?
Austin, Texas.
Okay, awesome.
Yeah,
Wow, small world.
yeah, I know.
That always happens with creators. They're always like from the same place or they know someone. It's crazy. The
Yeah,
creator.
that's
Yeah,
wild.
his name looked familiar to me, so I always kind of we obviously went to middle school together, but maybe just didn't have the same classes.
Yeah, I just cleared out a bunch of old yearbooks from my parents' house. So I'm gonna go after I get off of this, I'm gonna go look at Yuri Drive, what, 99 or something, 2000.
2000, yeah.
Yeah. Yikes.
That is crazy.
Yeah. Y2K.
Yeah, we're okay.
Well, there you go. Well, okay, so just so everyone knows we are recording, and I guess if you guys want to take just one by one, like introduce yourself, talk about who you are, what it is that you do, why you do it, just a little hello to everyone that will be watching. Whoever wants to go first is free to do so.
Okay, I guess I'll go. I'm Carl Scoglin. I'm a musician from Austin, Texas. Been doing music for the majority of my life since I was like, I don't know, 11, 12. I really started, getting into playing guitar around that time. I think I've always loved music though. My mom always says when I was a baby, I was always dancing around and doing stuff as a kid. So, yeah, I just released my third album and I've been trying to heavily promote it. I actually have something coming out this Saturday. I have a live event coming out on YouTube that I filmed back in October, but yeah, it will be out on 11 a.m. on Saturday on YouTube. So I'm excited to kind of show that to the world. And yeah, just been grinding, sticking with it. Pretty much it. It's pretty much it about me.
That's
Music
awesome.
is tough.
So what now?
Music is tough.
Oh yeah,
Yeah.
yeah. It could be a tough grind,
Right.
especially when it comes to marketing. It's
Right.
Yeah. What's your album called?
Identity.
Identity. Yes.
Yeah,
It
it's
released during your general contest, right?
So what was that again?
Your
Sorry.
your album released while you were in the general
Yeah,
contest?
it was in the normal contest. Yeah, like
Yeah.
it released back in October when I was in the normal contest, and um, yeah, I'm planning to go like on a little tour next year at some point. My past few albums I did like a little southeastern tour, and I'm hoping to do that again. Life is a little bit more crazier this time around because a
Yeah.
lot of grown up stuff going on, but yeah.
Mhm. That's awesome. Everyone's Stream Identity. That's really cool.
Yeah.
Great. James, you want to go next?
Sure. Hi everyone. My name is James Hepburn. I'm originally I was born in Florida. My parents are from the Bahamas, and my wife is from Nebraska. I live in Nebraska, but I have a place in the Bahamas as well. So I've been a music producer since I was 11. I'm 40 years old now. Been in the industry a long time, worked with a lot of different people from gospel arena to the secular arena to Caribbean, the whole nine. And I'm just really passionate about music and committed to um, what it does for people. The world would be so bland without sound, without music. And I'm excited about what I do. I love this creator contest and Apollo. I'm so excited about it. It is such a phenomenal thing because most of us, the challenge for most of us, that we can never get the finances that we need to finance our dreams and to do the things that we're desiring to do. And for me, you have to be signed to a large record label. A lot of times, Carl probably would notice too. A lot of times to get the type of success that you really want. But nowadays, with something like Apollo, it puts the power back in the hands of the creator, where you don't have to sign away your life, in an 85-15 deal or something like that, and you can empower your own dreams. So I'm really excited about being here. It's my second time around. I placed second in the last competition to a fierce competitor in a deal. And yeah, he's a fierce competitor. We're throwing haymakers back and forth here, but I'm excited about what's happening now, and hopefully I can make it to the mountaintop.
Yeah.
Awesome, man.
James, is that background Nebraska or is that the Bahamas?
That is definitely not Nebraska.
Looks so beautiful.
I'm currently in the Bahamas, and I am not trying to flex. It was kind of the best spot because my kids homeschool, so they're inside, and if I go in there, it's gonna be a madhouse. You won't hear a thing I say, and so I just came out on my balcony, and I'm in Freeport, Grand Bahama right now.
Wow, that is kind of a flex, but that's a good view. Glad you could join. That's awesome.
Awesome, thank you.
Yeah. Well, Adil, you got the shout out. Do you want to go next?
So hi everyone, my name is Adil Shabir. I am in Pakistan right now, and I have been passionate about taking photos and being a photographer my whole life. I think it was back like 10 to 15 years that my father used to had a camera, and it just built my passion of taking photos and everything. Back in 2012, 2010, those were the like golden days when I started taking the first DSLR and captured moments. I fell in love with the nature photography. My portfolio is completely based on nature photography because I just love seeing mountains and landscapes and scenic view. And I have been doing this since I think 10, 15, 10, 12 years. And plus I have been working for multiple ad agencies, and where I went on creating cinematic videos, and there uh, began my second passion of video editing, making cinematic sequences. And I just love the camera works, the behind the camera scenes, the behind the camera things. And here we are at the creator contest.
That's awesome. What's your choice camera? Like, if you could choose any brand, money's not an option. What are you choosing?
It would be red Komodo. It's pretty insane. It's like beautiful. It's I think $40,000+ camera, and you rent
Wow.
it for I think a $2,000 per hour. So it's pretty insane. You can do like magical stuff with it.
Wow. But yeah, if money's
Yeah.
not an option, yeah, you're taking that all day.
I'll buy two if money isn't an option.
Have one for each shoulder you
Yeah.
get. Wow. Well, that's awesome. Jake, do you want to bring us home?
Yeah, my name's Jake Dugard. I am a designer and educator. My full-time job is a professor at Louisiana Tech University in North Louisiana, and then on the side, as a part of teaching, I make stuff, and some of that's freelance side where I'm working with clients doing branding projects, but then some of that's kind of my own initiated work. And yeah, that's about it.
That's awesome. Yeah, you had a super cool entry video of like, oh, sorry, James, were you saying something?
No.
Oh, sorry. You had a super cool entry video with you made like just the cinematography in that video was really awesome. We talked about it in
Oh,
our
thanks.
Apollo chat, and yeah, we were just like, check out Jake's video. But
Yeah,
I
well,
think
I don't have a lot of video experience, but it's a fun medium if you don't put too much weight on it when you're first starting out.
yeah. Did you all make different videos for this contest, or are they the same ones that were in
I didn't.
YouTube?
Yeah, change mine out.
I didn't make any video, so I think it's still the same.
Okay. Oh, I think that Preston Wallace wants to join. Let's see.
Yay! Super cool.
Did he join? I tried to get him to.
Hey, there we go.
Hello. Oh, he's muted.
It's muted.
Hmm.
Yeah, when I
Preston,
came in, I
you-
had to go change my settings so I can unmute because I'm on my mobile right now. Well, my
Oh.
wife's mobile, which is nuts. My phone decided it was going to crash right before the beginning of this contest.
Of course.
It's so annoying, and I'm all the way in the Bahamas, and I have to get a phone shipped here from T-Mobile. So, oh my God.
That, of course, that's happened. You know, it always something.
You're going to unmute yourself, Preston. You're muted.
There we go. Maybe?
We can't hear you.
You in the studio, Preston?
That's right.
Yeah.
Maybe we can hear him, but he's just really quiet.
I can
think
hear
it's-
him
Can you hear me?
a little.
A
A little
little
bit.
bit.
A little bit.
Okay, let me see something real quick. Is that better?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Is that much better?
Mm-hmm.
Yes,
A little
sir.
better.
Okay. It's still early, so my throat is not doing what it's supposed to.
I know that is.
Preston, how are you?
I'm good. I'm really good. It's a beautiful day in the neighborhood.
Good. We were just going around introducing everyone, talking about what it is that you do, just giving the audience who will be watching eventually just an overview of who you are. If you want to go ahead and it's your time.
Okay. Yeah, Preston Wallace, aka the Puzzle Man. I'm from the Bahamas actually, and I'm a music producer, songwriter, performer, among other things. But my most thing I love to do is write music and perform. I actually have a show coming up again on Saturday, so I love the stage. That's what I like to do. I like to create.
That is awesome. Are you in the Bahamas right now?
Yeah, I'm there right now.
Okay, we got 2 Bahama men. That's
From the
awesome.
Bahamas. I feel I need to up my game or something and go down to the Bahamas.
I know, I'm like, should I also jump on a plane and go?
You know what? It's so much cheaper than people think it is. You know, everyone thinks it's really expensive. It's like $300 to get a plane to Bahamas, and it's not bad. It's a beautiful place to be. So relaxing.
Yeah, you're convincing me.
I've never been actually. Never been to.
Hmm.
I've been to Key West. That's furthest around that area I've been. So
Key West is nice too.
yeah,
Really.
it's like
There we go. Yeah, there's some traveling I need to do, and y'all are getting me to a point where I'm about to search up some plane tickets right now and hop on one of them. Well, awesome. I would love to hear kind of what each of you have been doing. I know some of you have been in the same contest during season 2, but you're also in different ones, obviously. So what you've been doing since your general contest, if that was 8 weeks ago or 2 weeks ago, whenever it was. Would love to hear what you've been doing since then and kind of what you have coming next. I know, Carl, you have a concert coming up or a concert series coming up and you're releasing a video, but we'd love to hear just what's coming next for you guys, what we can be looking out for past this contest to still keep supporting you, stuff like that. Whoever wants to go first.
Well, since I'm at last, yeah, like I said, I just did a few shows last weekend, and this weekend I got 2 more this weekend on my shows because it's around time for everybody's for Christmas shows. And besides that, I'm still working on productions. Like I'm in the studio like right now. As soon as I hang up from you guys, I gotta get right back to it. But I'm still working on productions. Got some stuff in Trinidad and Tobago that's doing really well right now. So besides that, there's a hotel here. I don't know if you guys have heard of it called Atlantis Hotel.
Mm-mm.
Yeah,
Oh,
so you
yes.
can Google like top hotel. We have which has the biggest casino. We're known for the biggest casino in this part of the world, and Atlantis is known for the biggest underwater life. So we have like this aquarium with some beautiful sea life underneath there. So I'm doing shows here as well. So yeah, that's pretty much the jig. I'm just still producing, still doing shows. Anybody ready for some collaborations with that? I'm down for that. I'm the guy who did the Apollo song. I don't know if you heard it yet.
Yes, it was fire.
Yeah?
Yeah, I'm a post again, but I did a song for Apollo. Because the competition is next, but we don't win unless Apollo wins. So you can win a competition, but I'm in for making the whole team win. And we
Yes.
expose to the world, then this is gonna be more than just a competition. Everybody involved, because you might have people in and out of competitions who might just come in and win some money and probably another coin or something. But we have holders here who really care, or what we call hodlers, who really care about the project and who's going to push the project and make sure the world knows about it. Because once the polo wins, everybody wins. Everybody becomes
Yes.
a winner. So
Yeah.
the main thing about it, just getting the awareness out there.
okay.
Yeah. That's a good work right there. That's awesome you have so many shows coming up and staying busy.
Thank you.
That's great. James, do you want to go next?
Oh, sure. Since the competition, when a deal broke my heart,
Oh, I didn't broke your heart.
I've been working tirelessly, in my industry in the Christmas season. Everybody wants to release records, and it's that rush. So I've been producing for quite a people. And Jake,
Oh no. Maybe he'll come
that's
back.
okay. Yeah, maybe he'll come back. I got kicked out too, but I've been producing for quite a bit of people. and working with a lot of artists. I actually also volunteer at my church. So I've been helping there to do Christmas productions and things of that nature. And it's been a great season. I've released at least 5 to 6 different records, I believe, since that
Wow.
competition for different
Wow.
artists. So it has been a whirlwind. I feel like I couldn't get my head above water, but that's the industry we live in, and I think I shared it last time. The industry we're in, 20,000 songs are released a day. So, if you're not working, it's a really saturated market, with Spotify and all the streaming platforms. But if you're not working, you're kind of drying up and you won't ride the wave. So I've been doing that. And I just also want to piggyback on what Preston said about, hodlers in Apollo. We all want Apollo to win. It's so important. And I want to encourage the creators too. Even though we want to win the competition, I think it is we want the long-term results, because even our winnings today, or whenever which one of us win, that can turn into well over $1 million if we huddle, or we encourage, or we grow the community, or we push one another, encourage one another to huddle. I'm not just in it to win the contest. I really want to be in Apollo for the long term, and I really believe in its potential and its power. So I just want to encourage everybody that's watching and the other creators, think about that's something to definitely think about.
Yeah,
That's beautiful.
this is a good time to plug people who will be watching. If you haven't voted yet, go and vote.
Vote.
If you're a holder, you can vote. If you're not a holder, you can use the new free vote with your email. It couldn't be easier. It takes 3 seconds. Go check out these creators and the others that will be joining later, and vote. That's a good thing to do right now. Jake, are you back?
Yeah, sorry. Dropped out.
Okay, no, that's great. We were just like, oh no, where did he go? If you want to talk about, what's coming next for you, what you've been up to since we last heard from you.
Yeah, so my school year starts in September, which was when my contest was, and so it's been chaos. Something that I had been working on leading up to this year. This might be all really boring, but in the teaching world, to get a tenured position, which kind of locks in your job in a contract, is you have to present this dossier to this committee. God, this sounds really boring. Sorry, everybody.
Not boring at all.
But what I had to work on was this like 250-page book that basically like outlined everything I had done the past 7 years. And so that's something that I was working on even through kind of the end, or I guess the beginning of that contest. But it feels good to like hold a book. And anyway, so that's what I was working on, and kind of the last thing up until the contest. And then since then it's been focusing on school. I've been a part of a few different shows. The latest show was something that we do here at the school is called Deck the Halls. And so we get students and faculty to design custom skateboard decks, and then we hang them up in the hallways. And part of that is to auction off those boards and benefit. We're trying to build a skate park here in Ruston. And so we're a few $1,000s short from being able to break ground. So yeah, so it's just a bunch of little things, nothing like, pushing a huge project, but it's a lot of small stuff.
No, that's great. That's not boring at all. That would be so cool to hold a book of all the things that you've created.
It is cool, but I also realize, like, okay, tenure and promotion, like it feels, I could see how, like, and committees, all these like really boring, grown up, lame words.
We're all grown up.
No, that's awesome. One day my goal is to own a book like that, just full of all the things that I've made that are so cool.
That'd be awesome.
That's awesome. Well, congratulations. That's a big deal. It's great.
Yes, congratulations, Jake.
I appreciate it.
Congrats.
Carl, you can go next if you like.
Yeah, so like I said, since the last competition, I've been working heavily on marketing.
Mhm.
You know, Facebook marketing, Instagram marketing, playlist pushing, um, pretty much everything that I could try to do to kind of get my music out there for the new album. So, you know, even if it's individually reaching out to people to kind of say, hey, have you checked out my songs and stuff like that. Um, but I also do, I'm a little entrepreneur on the side. So I have my own NFT project that I've been working heavily on too. It's been buying up a lot of my time. So I've been talking a little bit with Caleb a little bit on the side
Mhm.
to try to see how I can also, as James and Preston was saying, to bring value to Apollo in a way to help future creators as well. So
Mhm.
I'm working on maybe a potential collaboration of some sort, maybe that we can do with Apollo going into the future, just so that this kind of platform remains as it is and can
Yeah.
continue to you know support talent out there that doesn't get the recognition that it deserves.
Mhm.
So yeah.
Man, that's
Um,
awesome. That's creators supporting creators. That's like the whole point of
right.
Apollo. That's
Yeah.
Yeah, I like it a lot. I think um there's a lot of stuff I would suggest to help, and I'm glad that you have a different kind of method of entry for the creators, because I think obviously we want to bring them on and we want to get them involved in cryptocurrency and understand what it was, but I think it's cumbersome a little bit, and so you know having the email
Mhm.
approach is a good alternative method. Um, but it's also how to convert them over to get into crypto to be able to
Right.
support and do all that. So I think it's tricky. It's really tricky.
Mhm.
Um, but yeah. So I've been doing that, and in terms of my music, I'm just pushing full speed ahead as I can. I have that thing on Saturday at 11 a.m. I'm super excited because a lot of people haven't seen me perform live in quite a while. I took a hiatus for like 5 years because I went through my own life trials and tribulations.
Right.
But I'm trying to get back at it hard, and I'm looking for 2023 to be a year I'm playing live shows like crazy again. So
Mhm.
Come on,
yeah.
man. What
That's awesome.
kind of
Man,
music
that's
do you do,
awesome.
Carl?
I'm like it's kind of I've actually been all over the place. You'd be surprising looking at me to think, hey, that I'm R&B guy. I actually was back in the day. I used to do I was in a hip hop R&B band, and then I
Awesome.
transitioned to kind of do pop. Right now, it's more pop and kind of borderline kind of uh it's just alternative rock kind of pop stuff. My own stuff. But I've been all over the place. I appreciate all forms of music, man. I really do. Growing up, yeah.
Well, that's awesome. The Apollo community is like all over the country and all over the world. But if you have your tour dates coming up, you can even drop them in like the Discord, and I'm sure there'll be people from almost any town that you are going to that could support you. That'd be awesome. Have a little Apollo meetup
Yeah.
at the Carl Scoggins Song.
Yeah, that'd be really cool.
That's awesome.
So I
A
think I
deal.
think I'm the last one, so I haven't
Yeah.
done so much lately, just editing videos for clients and taking photos and everything. Apart from being the winner of the last competition, I donated 50% of it to the flood situation. Maybe you guys know that Pakistan was affected by flood pretty much badly back in 2 3 months back. I think some 3.5 million people were being lost their homes, didn't have any shelter and everything. So that was the thing. And also I worked on a small documentary currently in the editing stage, which will be posted maybe after 1st of Jan or 2nd of January next year. That's pretty much I have been doing, and it has been a blessing to win last competition, because I always wanted to do something better. Also, actually, I was introduced by a friend of mine to Apollo, a very close friend of mine, and she said that it's better uh, to introduce yourself to the global community, and Apollo has been doing such a wonderful job in recognizing the real talent. We have like three musicians in this Google Meet. That's pretty cool. I love music myself,
Mhm.
and I've been searching for cinematic audio using Music Bed. Maybe you guys have heard Epidemic Sound. this has given me a lot of opportunity to shine and gain more attraction to my work.
Man, that is awesome. We're glad that
Awesome.
you're safe and here and able to be on the call. I know
Yeah.
those storms were horrible, and we're glad you're here. But that is so cool, guys. Yeah, you're right. There are a lot of musicians, and there's a few.
I have I have a very
Excellent.
small question from all the musicians here. How do you guys know which sound is perfect and which is the one music thing you just click at? This is the one, and then you publish it. That's a pretty cool inspiration thing to do.
Preston, you want to take that? Hey,
Well,
me, Carl.
I mean, I've been doing music for a while. I just have a gut feeling, and right now I have a perfect tester. I have a little daughter. My daughter is 1, so I bring her in the studio and I watch the reaction.
There you go.
If she start taking her out, trust me.
That's one way to do it. Yeah.
Kids don't lie, and kids don't have nothing to impress you by. Your boys will be like, "Oh man, that's talking to me," and I like that one because they don't hurt your feelings. If the song ain't right, I don't. Oh,
Yeah, true.
shaking, I'd be like, "Yo, that's a hit record." Trust me, it happens. I down to my lady, she's 1. She goes on YouTube, finds my best song and start playing it and sing it out. So that's how I pick my records now.
Right. For me, it's interesting because sometimes I'll just have some songs and I will submit them to like Submit Hub or something like that and kind of get feedback, do the hot or not on it, and just kind of see what the audience likes, of a set of songs. And I'm like, okay, they more gravitate towards that song, so let me push that as my single. That's kind of what I do. But I like Preston's method. If you have someone close to you, I try that with the wife, but sometimes my wife is like, it sounds like the other stuff, and she'll just move on.
Yeah, I
So.
concur
Awesome.
with both Carl and Preston. I think the best natural litmus test is kids, and then I think sometimes you also got to just trust your instincts.
Yeah.
Music does have a formula, just like cinema. Like when you do cut scenes or you're doing lower thirds or whatever it is you're doing, it has a formula. But you can bend the formula a little bit, but you just don't want it to go over people's heads. But I think you push the limits within the realm of what people can understand, and you trust your instincts. And I think that is ultimately, I don't know. I guess that'll be. I haven't won a Grammy yet, so. I might not be the best person to ask. Soon, maybe soon.
Yeah, it's on the way. Don't worry about it.
Hey, come on.
Grammy's on the way. That's awesome. Yeah, I liked Preston's answer. 1-year-olds won't lie to you. They will not
They
spare
will
your
start
feelings.
bopping the head. They will like, go, let's go.
Right.
Yeah. That is awesome. Well, I guess the one final question that I know people are really interested in is, what are you planning to do with your winnings if you do win? That could be personally or for your career, mix of both, maybe flying to the Bahamas, who knows? But just if you have a plan for, like what you would do with the winnings if you were to win, that'd be great to hear.
Well, my plan, I'm already in the Bahamas, so I don't have to fly here.
Yeah.
So yeah, my plan is to actually career further. There's a type of sound that we have in the Bahamas called break straight, one called chant and one called gombe. These different types of music is not predominantly out in the world yet. Like I have a few of them already on 2 movies already. But it's a very special sound. We're coining it, and we're actually, me and my team are putting this in a way that the girl can actually swallow it because it's so. It can go over your head because it's a lot. It's very thick in the genre. Like the genre is not known to the world yet, so we have to find a way to tweak it to get it out there. But it's banging. It's banging. So this money's going to help me with those projects to get those to the girl. Hopefully, I can get some coverage on my book. Calls, games, Jake, you can come in and just read something on top of music. We got to get it out to the world.
Do it.
Yeah,
That's
one
awesome.
big collab. I like that. That's awesome. Carl, do you have anything?
Yeah, my same with my others. The other competition is that the money that I use is just gonna keep pushing for marketing because it's expensive, man.
Mhm.
I'll tell you, all these advertisements that they want to use, especially when it comes to influencer marketing, they just charge so much money. It's just ridiculous. These
Yeah.
influencers, and so like the proceeds that I will get if I win, will just keep shoveling into trying to keep uh, getting my sound out there to the masses. I mean, that's kind of what we use the bulk of it for, but also probably to help. I'm still in the process. Preston's already got his studio over there, but I'm still in the process. Like in front of me right now, I got the racks and everything ready, but it's empty, Preston. There ain't nothing in it right now. So so I'm looking to get some more equipment so I can my next album and actually produce it myself, and engineer and record it myself instead of outsourcing, because it's expensive
Mhm.
to when you outsource
Yeah.
recordings. But yeah.
I ask a question. Carl, you said you're a singer, right?
Yeah, singer and guitar player. Yeah.
And a guitar player. Let me tell you how I got Michael Red started, really, real quick. I'm gonna sum it up. What I did was I picked 3 hot songs that I like.
Uh-huh.
Radio, but mostly I was doing a lot of free shows because I wanted people to get onto me. And I would just do pop-up shows, and people would be like, "Who's this guy?" And I just kept doing it. Until eventually promoters got a hold of me. We want to get him, and then it just kept going from there. I would use, I would find areas and talk to people who own places and just do shows. Like if somebody's coming to town and be like, "Oh, I'll open for him, but I won't even charge you. I just need to be in front of a crowd and let the people do it."
I missed that. I missed that aspect. I just played 1 or 2 shows not too long ago, but it was back in like the summertime, and so like I just want to get like consistent with it. But I feel you playing free shows. I think that's definitely the way to go. Like, and that's how I was before. But I think consistency is key, though, right? You're not consistent with it, like you just fall off. People are not gonna remember you. They're like, oh,
Yeah.
like I literally had people come up to me. One guy says, at one point, like after I was taking a hiatus, he says, "Oh, I forgot you used to play music, or I forgot you used to music." And then others like, "Where's your music at?" So you get a mixed bag if you're not consistent.
Mhm.
But yeah,
Long time to be going in the music industry. Some careers are made in 5 years. Those on ones, those cookie cutters ones, you could blow artists up in like 5 years.
right.
So that's a long time to be gone. So you got to work that out, but it is possible.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Yeah.
it's possible.
Adil, what do you have coming up? Or
Uh,
what would you do with your
I don't have much to like get because I have already all the equipment and everything. But I'm surely going to donate 50% of proceedings to the flood victims here in Pakistan, because it's currently winter season, and uh, the winter gets here very harshly, and the affected areas are pretty much in bad condition. So I'll be donating 50% of it to the affected areas.
That's awesome.
That is awesome. Yeah. That's a great.
Yeah, thanks.
Cool. Love that. James?
For me, if I win, I have a plan to put together a platform for musicians and artists that don't have the financial means or the experience to get their records and their material out into the world.
Mhm.
I do have strong connections here in the Bahamas. Actually, me and Preston have a little bit of a connection here actually now, and we're about to do some collabs and some stuff about to come. You'll see some stuff coming out here soon from both of us.
That's awesome.
But there's some other artists here locally that don't have the means and don't have the exposure to get their products out to the world. So I want to take some of those funds and open up some doors for those people that don't have it, to create some great records, because there's so much talent, there's so much ability, there is so much skills, but lack of experience, lack of financial means, and lack of facilities to do so. So I'm going to use that to do that, to produce some other artists and bring them into the world of music abroad, not just in the Bahamas. The Bahamas is a archipelago of 700 islands, rocks, and keys, and it's beautiful place, but there's not a lot of exposure to the world, to the culture, to what it represents. So we like to bring that to the world's main stage, and expose it, because just like reggae or any of the other great genres out there, we like to expose the culture and some of the talent here.
Man, that's awesome. You should also, if you know any other musicians, you should point them towards the creator contest. I mean, like, it's been
That
great.
is, that's exact. I didn't say that, but didn't want to say too much. But that's part of the platform.
That's
We wanna-
awesome.
Similar to Henoch's Apollo show, we want to launch a show that is going to bring artists into Apollo in the Bahamas and start opening up some doors. So that is really how we're going to use it, and it's going to become almost like a kind of bank situation for some of our artists. And what we're going to do, though, we're going to encourage these artists not to cash out the entirety of their Apollo, but to use just what they need at that particular point to finance that project, whether that's a single or an EP, whatever, and then keep the rest in there, let Apollo grow, become a hodler, and do the same, become a shield for Apollo. So I'm excited about the future.
Yeah, that's awesome. That's super cool. Jake, you want to bring us home?
Yeah. So I typically take on a lot of commercial projects if I'm not teaching, when I'm not teaching. And so winning the first competition this season, I was able to take a break from looking for clients and was able to work on some personal work that I've been wanting to do for a while and just haven't had the opportunity to do. So I want to continue to do that. And so, yeah, materials and processes that typically I wouldn't, I'd be busy working for somebody else in my free time. It's afforded me to make some personal work. So I hope to continue to do that. And there's some other equipment and printmaking stuff that I would like to get as well. But yeah.
That's awesome. Yeah, and then one day you can make 2 or 3 books full of the things that you have made.
So,
Yes.
I'm still trying to understand. So the book, Jake, that you're gonna have, what are you doing with it exactly? One more time, like.
Okay, yeah, I didn't explain that too well because again,
Sorry for
I
derailing.
see how
Sorry.
lame it can be, but I have to send this through committees and it has to be approved. So if I don't get tenure this year, I'm out of a job next year. So this is basically making a case for why they should keep me around. And so it's 7 years of my life of teaching and my personal practice and a bunch of lame charts and stuff. But
so it's like a way to prove your worth to stay.
Yes, it's kind of twisted. But that's yes. So I'm on a year-to-year contract, and so at any point I could lose that job. And once if you're on a tenure track position, if you don't receive tenure, then you're effectively out of a job next year. It's their way to softly fire you. So I won't find out until the spring if I have a job next year, and it's fine. I'm not worried about it or anything like that. But
do you have a backup plan? Like if things go south, you have a backup plan?
No, but I should probably think of one for my family.
Carl.
Carl, don't do this to me right now. I'm gonna have a nervous breakdown.
You don't need one. You don't need one.
And it's my.
We all
Sorry, I'm a glass half empty kind of guy. All right, I gotta think of the worst case
apparently over here.
Yeah, no pressure. You got it.
Yeah, I'm gonna start freaking out now.
I'm gonna end the call and just it's gonna be horrible.
Existential crisis.
Yes.
We all need a backup plan, man.
Yeah, for sure.
It'll work out for you, man. That book looks awesome. So if you can't sell them on that, then maybe it's not worth working there anyway.
Yeah, for sure.
Man, that thing is more than a book. That's like an almanac, man. That thing is huge.
Yeah.
Yeah,
That's a book.
It was kind of weird to work on because it almost becomes like it's this retrospective, and I'm not that old, and I've been teaching for 8 years, but I'm not at the end of my life or anything. But you think I have to go through all this content from the past 8 years of my life, and it's good and bad. It's like, what have I been doing? But also, like, it's crazy that almost a decade of teaching has passed. So it was kind of it was weird to go through that. So it's like if you've listened to a song you made 8 years ago, it's like, this is terrible, or maybe it's awesome. But
I think most of us think probably it's terrible as we grow. We're like,
Yeah,
oh,
yeah,
I can do better than that.
yeah, it's like, ooh, this
don't
is
know.
rough. But
Well, that's
So,
exciting. I'm sure there's nothing to worry about. They'll give you
yeah,
double.
maybe I might have to do season 3 competition if I lose my job. I'll let y'all know.
Carl, you got him stressed for his life, man.
Nah,
Yes,
don't
thank
get
you,
stressed.
Carl.
Don't get stressed. I was just curious if
Yeah.
there was a possibility you had something else on the horizon.
No.
Well, thank you guys for hopping on and sharing a lot of your career and your time with us. I know that it's been a long season 2, but a fun season 2 and a diverse season 2. It's been awesome. So we're excited on the Apollo side to see how the contest shakes out. There's a few more days of voting. So if you haven't voted yet, I'm talking not to y'all, but to the audience, please vote. Either if you're a holder, use your vote. If you're new to Apollo, all it takes is your email. It takes
Vote.
Yeah, vote, check these guys out. ApolloCrypto.org. You can check out all of their profiles, their videos, more about them, as well as the other contestants. And just, vote. Thank you guys so much for coming. I know it's been pretty early for some of us and kind of late for some others. So good that we got it all figured out, a good timing. So hope you have a great rest of your day. Best of luck.
And Adil, I just
Take
want to
care.
say to Adil, I wish you the best of luck, man, with the flood victims and all that stuff. We're glad that you're safe, man. That is a real life situation, and we pray the best, man, and protection for your family and your friends.
Thank you so much.
Relatives. You're welcome, brother.
Thank you so much.
Yeah.
It was nice meeting everybody too. And,
Nice
and I'll
meeting you
look
all.
up Jake. I'll look you up in the yearbook.
Yeah.
Yeah,
I'm going to
that's
find you right now. All right.
Awesome. Have a great
See
day,
y'all.
guys.
Take care, everyone.
Take
Bye
care,
bye.
everyone.
All right.
Take care. Bye bye.